Nelson Mandela, the quotes that changed the world. Nelson Mandela's legacy transcends politics, embodying a universal symbol of resilience, forgiveness, and the fight for human dignity. As the face of the anti-apartheid movement, he endured 27 years of imprisonment for his beliefs, only to emerge not with a thirst for vengeance, but with a profound commitment to reconciliation. Upon his release and subsequent election as South Africa's first black president, Mandela steered a nation torn by centuries of racial oppression towards a path of unity and peace. His leadership, defined by empathy and a refusal to perpetuate cycles of hatred, demonstrated that even the deepest societal wounds can begin to heal through dialogue and mutual respect. Ultimately, Mandela's life serves as a powerful testament to the idea that true freedom is not merely the absence of oppression, but the presence of justice for all. Nelson Mandela was a revolutionary, a statesman, and an anti-apartheid activist who served as the first president of South Africa. His words, forged in the struggle for freedom and justice, have inspired millions around the world. Here are some of his most profound quotes. On freedom and equality, for to be free is not merely to cast off one's chains, but to live in a way that respects and enhances the freedom of others, meaning, true freedom is not just about personal liberty. It requires actively working to ensure others also have their freedom respected. I have cherished the ideal of a democratic and free society in which all persons live together in harmony and with equal opportunities. It is an ideal which I hope to live for and to achieve. But if needs be, it is an ideal for which I am prepared to die, meaning, Mandela's ultimate goal was a society of equality and harmony, a cause he was willing to sacrifice his life for. No one is born hating another person because of the color of his skin, or his background, or his religion. People must learn to hate, and if they can learn to hate, they can be taught to love, for love comes more naturally to the human heart than its opposite, meaning, hate is a learned behavior, not an innate one. If society can teach hatred, it can also teach love, which is a more natural human emotion. On courage and perseverance, I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear, meaning, courage isn't about being fearless. It's about acknowledging fear and acting despite it. It always seems impossible until it's done, meaning, large, seemingly insurmountable challenges can be overcome through consistent effort. The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall, meaning, success is not about avoiding failure, but about resilience and the ability to recover from setbacks. On education and change, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world, meaning, knowledge and education are essential tools for empowering people and bringing about social change. What counts in life is not the mere fact that we have lived. It is what difference we have made to the lives of others that will determine the significance of the life we lead, meaning, a meaningful life is measured by the positive impact one has on others. Overcoming poverty is not a task of charity, it is an act of justice, meaning, addressing poverty isn't about giving handouts. It's about correcting systemic injustices and ensuring everyone has a fair chance. A world echoing Mandela's words, Nelson Mandela's quotes are not relics of a bygone struggle, they are a living blueprint for global citizenship in the 21st century. His words, distilled through the crucible of decades of oppression and the triumph of reconciliation, continue to challenge the core of human conflict and aspiration. They move us beyond mere political analysis, offering a profound moral calculus for how societies ought to function and how individuals ought to relate. The enduring force of his philosophy, Mandela taught the world that courage is not the absence of fear, but the conscious choice to advance despite it. He reframed freedom not as an individual right to be seized, but a collective responsibility to be nurtured and enhanced for all. Crucially, his declaration that people must learn to hate, and if they can learn to hate, they can be taught to love, provides an unyielding optimism that is perhaps his greatest bequest. It places the power of transformation, from conflict to peace, from inequality to justice, squarely within the human capacity to teach and to change. Beyond the quotes, a mandate for action. Ultimately, to engage with Mandela's quotes is to accept a mandate for action. They serve as a constant, necessary correction against cynicism and despair. Whether championing education as the most powerful weapon for change, or insisting that overcoming poverty is an act of justice. His legacy demands that we measure our lives not by personal comfort, but by the difference we make in the lives of others. His life and his words, therefore, offer the final, compelling argument, that the struggle for a truly democratic and free society, defined by harmony and equality, always seems impossible until it is done. His triumph proved that it can be done. It is now up to the world to continue to echo his truth.